As the Diddy trial is opening up, people keep making this all about Diddy rather than looking at everything that's happening around it. There's a lot of people that want to protect the Diddy agenda because it serves them, because allegedly they're all accomplices. Like I said last year, after the Cassie Diddy case was made public for the world to see on CNN.
If Kim Porter hadn't done what she done, there would be no Cassie to testify.
You know, Mr. Combs, SC and SC, thing 1 and thing 2. They've been covering each other's ass for a long time, guys. Y'all don't see what's going on? The death of Angie Stone, Clive Davis, Diddy, Rock Nation on the verge of utter collapse. What happened to Tory? Find a way to blame it on him. Now all of a sudden he was trying to start a race. Just so happens that he gets half the day. As the Diddy trial is opening up.
See, they trying to sleep him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
This did not come to play. Jaguar literally crashed Diddy's trial with never-before-seen explosive tapes that allegedly showed Diddy getting freaky with Bryshere Gray, yes, Hakeem from Empire, when he was just 17. This isn't new territory for Jaguar. She's been hounding Diddy for years over what she claims went down with Bryshere, and now she's making sure the world knows what she says happened to that poor boy. Bryshere, once poised to be Hollywood's next golden boy, is now out here selling himself on OnlyFans for literal chicken change. From movie sets to online desperation, that's the tragic arc Jaguar wants people to see. And she blames Diddy and Will Smith, because according to her, Diddy and Will allegedly took turns violating Bryshere. And when they were done, they didn't stop there. They passed him around to other powerful men in the industry like he was nothing. And y'all remember Cat Williams saying, P. Diddy be wanting a party and you gotta tell him no? Yeah, Jaguar says he wasn't lying. Let's rewind for those who missed the origin story. Bryshere was handed over to Diddy and Will under the pretense of a mentorship program. His then manager, Charlie Mack, wanted Diddy to push his music and Will to polish his acting. Sounds like a dream, right? But Jaguar paints a nightmare. She claims there was no mentorship, just endless freak-offs that left Bryshere completely hollow. She says that by the time they were finished with him, he was soulless. Jaguar spilled this tea a while back, claiming Diddy and Will used mentorship to groom vulnerable young boys in exchange for fame. According to her, it was all a trick to lure them into freak-off activities. And one alleged incident, chilling. Jaguar claims Bryshere and Meek Mill were once heard by Will's neighbors running out of the house naked, screaming for help. Whatever happened inside that house allegedly left them so dazed they were going in and out of consciousness. And honey, Cassie's recent statement about freak-offs lasting up to 4 days, yeah, this story suddenly feels a lot more believable.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
And it doesn't stop there. Terrence Howard, who played Bryshere's dad on Empire, recently dropped some heavy comments about powerful men trading industry perks for bedroom favors with young boys. Who do you think he was talking about? People are connecting those dots, and fast.
You know, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and out by some over greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
Jaguar's point, Bryshere was never the same after that so-called mentorship. His promising career, gone. Instead, he spiraled into scandal after scandal. First came the 2022 arrest for assaulting a woman he was seeing, but the drama started even earlier. In 2020, his wife, yes wife, no one even knew he got married, escaped to a gas station begging strangers for help. She told police that Bryshere had strangled her. When they showed up to arrest him, he refused to come out. A whole SWAT team had to negotiate with him for hours. And when his mugshot dropped, the internet exploded. People could barely recognize him. That spark in his eyes, gone. Jaguar says this isn't just the downfall of a young man. It's the consequence of what she claims Diddy and Will did to him.
One of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight, we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
And just when we thought we'd heard it all, Jaguar came back, louder than ever, dropping even more bombshells. She not only confirmed Charlie Mack's role in allegedly connecting Bryshere to these predatory situations, but she also pointed fingers at someone even closer, his own mother. According to Jaguar, Andrea Mayberry, Bryshere's mom, was in on it. She allegedly allowed it all to happen. Like, what? The betrayal, the horror, the heartbreak.
And when I say Andy, I'm talking about Bryshere's mom. I'm gonna kick you in your and then I'm gonna go to work North Philly style. You and Charlie. You happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell. I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You CI that came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew what Will did to him.
But it doesn't end there. Jaguar claimed that after Cassie filed her lawsuit, Bryshere was this close to filing his own lawsuit against Will and Diddy. But something or someone scared him off. She alleges that his life was in danger if he went through with it. And then she said something that literally made the courtroom shiver. She claimed that there is a secret tape. A tape that includes Justin Bieber, Will, Jaden Smith, Diddy, and Bryshere involved in a freak-off. And according to her, she's seen it.
Him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor cap was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up on knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a filly. You're a big old and they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry, the Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Betrayal and I asked Betrayal to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his book.
The lawsuit in question, a reported $50 million zero-cents case against Diddy and Will. This bombshell was first hinted at in a blind item that said, the soon-to-come-forward male victim of this A-list mogul will not be the last. Everyone knew who it was pointing to, Sean Diddy Combs. Now, as for the tapes Jaguar brought to the courtroom, word on the street says the judge didn't allow them to be played publicly, but Jaguar got them straight to the prosecutors. And baby, they're now working on subpoenaing Bryshere so he can testify in court. Before she even entered the courtroom, Jaguar was spotted outside flanked by bodyguards. She came prepared, because let's be real, if what she's saying is true, Diddy's people were not going to let her stroll in without resistance. But she wasn't afraid, not even a little. Jaguar told the media that Diddy's fall would be the fall of the entire system that protects predators in the industry, and she's not stopping until they all fall.
I do believe there's going to be a lot of curveballs. I do believe there's going to be a lot of interesting things. And what I will say is, be vigilant. We're getting started.
Is this a reckoning for the music industry?
Oh, it needs to be. And if it wasn't, I hope my presence starts that.
She even blamed law enforcement for dropping the ball. According to her, if investigators had actually done their job during the R. Kelly case, they would have connected the dots to Diddy years ago. Instead, it took Cassie's lawsuit to finally shake the tree. And once they started digging into Diddy, baby, the secrets started pouring out.
This case that happened in the R. Kelly case, because if that had been properly addressed, this would have been addressed back then. These people have been working together, all in cahoots for all of this time, and it needs to all be addressed. I'm glad it's not just me anymore. I'm glad it's someone else. I'm glad there are other people who need to be heard. I'll be sure. I'm glad they're hearing him, Cassie. I'm glad they're hearing her, Kim Porter, through I'll be sure. I'm glad, Natanya Rubin, I'm glad. All of these things. So yeah, it's mixed emotions, but I just know when you pray for something and God answers it, you should be happy.
Social media, as expected, was on fire. One user commented, "Absolutely, come forth. What they did to him was horrific and wrong. He should reclaim his life, seek justice, get mental help, compensation, and rise like a phoenix despite them. Broke my heart to see the damage they caused that young man." Another added, "Jag has bigger balls than all the men who've ruled the world unchecked. All the parents who sold their child's soul for fame will reap what they've sown." And now, everyone's asking the same question. Is Bryshere Gray going to take the stand? Will he finally tell the world what really happened behind those mansion walls? Will he expose Diddy and Will in open court? Because if Jaguar's tapes are real, and if the prosecutors can get Bryshere to testify, this trial isn't just Diddy's downfall. It could bring down an entire house of cards in Hollywood. And honestly, it's about time.